Coming out, Kurt Bardella, Democratic strategist, News Nation contributor, and Marc Short, who is the chairman of Advancing American Freedom, former White House Director of Legislative Affairs, Chief of Staff to Mike Pence as well, with us tonight. Hello to you both. Thanks for being here. I had to chuckle a little bit. Mamdani trying to meet with Wall Street and business executives in New York because they're running for the hills. They are worried about him if he gets in. But then he's coming down here tomorrow as well to meet with AOC. What'd you make of those numbers that Traynor just ticked through?
I mean, if you're him, you're feeling pretty good. You're the only person that's in this race that actually has higher favorables and unfavorables. And like Scott said, Adams, I don't know what you think you're doing, but you are not going to win this race. And in fact, you're just going to end up splitting the vote with Cuomo, which really opens the door for Mamdani. And again, I would say, too, if he's going to be in D.C. tomorrow, he should drop on by the Hill Nation Summit and make some news.
And we'll be there. What's your side of the aisle going to do when there's the images of AOC and Mamdani together here in Washington?
Well, I think that, look, that's just what is candy for Republicans. You got two socialists out there basically advocating the government should take over the grocery stores in New York, that they should abolish NYPD. I mean, that's exactly where Republicans have painted a picture where the Democrat Party has gone, and they're walking right into that.
Here was President Trump earlier today when asked about that breakfast.
I'd love to be. I'd really love to go. I mean, I look forward to meeting them both. I know them both very well through what I read and through what I see. Look, he's a communist. I don't think our country is ready for a communist, but we're going to see.
All right, live pictures now. I'm told there he is, the President of the United States, returning from Pennsylvania. Right on cue. How about that? How much do you think he is going to try to elevate Mamdani, Marc?
I think all Republicans will. I don't think he'll just be the president. I think the Republicans view this in AOC Mamdani partnership.
Hold on one second. Do we have the president talking? We do. Hold on one second. With me now, Bill Salmon, Senior Vice President of Editorial Content for The Hill and News Nation. Lindsey Granger, News Nation contributor. Emily Brooks is a congressional reporter for The Hill, and Marc Short, former Chief of Staff to Vice President Mike Pence. Thanks for sticking around. We listened to the president there for about 20 minutes or so. I want to start with you. You know the president well. What'd you key in on there? I ran through some of the headlines, but what'd you key in on?
I think that, one, the tariffs is going to continue to be the biggest agenda item here moving forward. And I think that the Fed issue is still one that's going to keep rattling markets. I think we continue to forget he actually appointed Jerome Powell.
Right.
And that was his pick, and primarily because Secretary Mnuchin said he'd be the one to keep rates lowest.
Am I right? Right. Am I right to key in on he sort of pushed aside the Besson option there a little bit, or not necessarily?
I think you're right. I think he did. But I think that you continue to see the administration pursuing this notion of extravagant refurbishing just because they're looking for a different angle to put pressure on them.
What'd you pick up on, Bill?
Well, he did say above the Besson, not that much of an option. So
yeah.
I definitely picked up that was maybe not, it's one of those things, we love you where you're at. Right. You're too good where you're at. We can't move you. But I thought that he teed up a lot of topics that actually are going to probably tee up, if I may be so self-promotional.
There you go. Do it, Bill.
The Hill Nation Summit tomorrow, where we're going to have members of the Trump cabinet, of the White House advisors. We're going to have senators. We're going to have members of the House of Representatives. We're going to have the Speaker of the House of Representatives tomorrow to talk about a lot of these.
You're interviewing Mike Johnson tomorrow.
Yes, I am. And it was very interesting to see Mike Johnson sort of break from Trump today on that Epstein matter.
Yeah,
very
that was
interesting.
Fascinating, right?
Yes, and Mike Johnson saying that, Pam Bondi needs to explain herself more to people. And then very interesting to see just now President Trump's sort of shift in tone, saying release any information that's credible. A lot of conservative activists, influencers, and members have been saying that the administration is hearing the anger from the base on this issue. And I think that maybe we're seeing that reflected from Trump, understanding that a little bit now.
What'd you take away from the last 20 minutes? Really, he spoke for like 40 minutes in total today.
He talks about it a lot. I think the response to Russia and the sanctions and what he thinks they're going to do, it just says, I don't know. But most importantly, people want to know about Epstein. He has to answer the question, can't keep dodging it. And I think that confusion about to why people care about this, well, your entire team promoted that you had something right on your desk for years. So,
right. And it's a story. It was interesting because a week ago, the president really pushed back against that reporter in the cabinet meeting about Epstein. And then today he took the questions head on.
Well, it's almost like every day for the last 3 days, the administration has said simultaneously, it's boring, it's not a big story. But yeah, maybe we could be a little more transparent. You saw it out of the president himself just then. You saw it out of Laura Trump the day before yesterday, and then you saw it out of Mike Johnson. So there's some movement here. It was just make this go away to an acknowledgement that, well, we probably. It sounds like they may want to put Pam Bondi out there in front of the cameras and just do a.
You think that happens?
A full.
Probably, but I mean, they lit the flame, so it's kind of hard to now put it out. I mean, the reality is they pushed so many different conspiracy theories about this, said that the file's on our desk, then said there's no file, and then said, actually, why do you want this file? Because it's created by a bunch of Democrats.
Bottom line is there is a whole lot to talk about in this town, and as Bill mentioned, and Emily will be there tomorrow, I will as well, the Hill Nation Summit.